Hello everyone, welcome to everyone. So let's look at the market structure so that we'll be able to identify what you're anticipating the market to give to us. But before we start, let's look at what the monthly market condition is and what the daily, the 4 hours, the 1 hour and 30 minutes market condition is saying, so that we'll be able to know if it is the right time for us to take a position or if it's the right time for us to be patient. So the best thing is just for us to anticipate so that we'll be able to have an idea what the market condition is doing. So let's go to the monthly chart. Let's delete this line. Let's delete this line. This line is the low of this recent month candle, and this line is the high of this recent month candle. So why this is the high of this rejection bullish candle over here. So like this is the all-time high on gold. So the best thing is just for us to anticipate what the monthly market condition is doing against the daily and against the 4 hours and 1 hour and 30 minutes time frame. So we're looking at the condition of the month's market condition. We are in an uptrend. This candle is left with 20 days before this candle will close. So the best thing is just for us to know what the market condition is saying. So since this candle closed with a rejection bullish candle and this candle closed with a bullish candle, so but this recent month candle has broken the high of this bullish candle and it has created a lower wick and an upper wick. So the best thing is just for us to kind of anticipate the market so that we'll know what the market is saying. So this line is the low of this bullish candle over here. The month market condition, we are in an uptrend, so nothing serious is happening since this candle is left with 20 days before this candle needs to close. Let's go to the daily. Looking at the condition of the daily market structure, we are in a consolidation zone. We have a support zone over here. We have a support zone, a resistance. This candle broke this resistance zone. So looking at the formation of the rest of the candle, they are just forming a consolidation zone. And I want you guys to know that this is the high of the recent month candle and this is the low of the recent month candle. So that means the rest of this candle, they are just forming a consolidation zone. So looking at the daily market structure, we are anticipating the break of this high or the break of this low, then before we'll be able to know what the market structure is saying. But looking at how the market structure is at this moment, the rest of the candle, they are just printing side by side. It's very hard for us to trade this type of market condition because this candle closed with a rejection bullish candle and a rejection bearish candle and a doji candle and a doji candle, rejection bearish candle and a bearish candle. So it's very hard for us to trade this type of market condition that this zone over here, this zone over here is being considered as a consolidation zone because of how the candle, they are all printing side by side. So it's very hard for us to trade this type of market condition. So the best thing is just for us to wait for the break of this high or for the break of this low. Then we can anticipate the candle to keep coming down or the candle to keep going up to fill the wick of the month candle. Let me show you guys. To fill this wick over here, for you to continue to go up to fill this wick. But since this candle is left with 20 days before this candle will close, so the best thing is just for us to wait. And looking at the condition of the daily market structure, we are in a consolidation zone, so we can't really do anything. It's just for us to wait since we are just anticipating the market to give us a setup. Then the moment we are able to identify a setup, then we don't need to hesitate. We need to execute that trade. But for now, we don't need to do anything since we are in a consolidation zone. We have a support zone and a support zone. And then this zone is being considered as a consolidation zone because of how the body of the candle, they are all printing side by side. And then we have a rejection bullish candle and a rejection bearish candle and a doji candle as well. So for now, we don't need to do anything. Let's go to the H4. So looking at the condition of the H4, we are still in a consolidation zone. But in this consolidation zone, let's measure from the high of this place to the low. We are looking at 1,000 pips, and 1,000 pips that's very huge. The only reason why we'll be able to anticipate a bearish candle to break like this is only when there is news in the market, or is only when there is volume in the market that the next candle can give us a strong bullish candle like this. Let's change the color to green. So it's only when there is news in the market, and it's only when there is volume in the market before we'll be able to anticipate this type of candle to close with a very strong bullish candle, and for this candle to close with a very strong bearish candle. So it's very important for us to know what we are doing, so that in the moment we are able to identify a structure, we don't need to hesitate. We just need to open that position. But for now, looking at the condition of the 4 hours market structure, we are in a consolidation zone. But inside this consolidation zone, we need to identify a recent support and a recent resistance because of the range. The range is like 1,000 pips, and that is huge. So this was a consolidation zone, and this was a consolidation zone, but we are looking at the recent consolidation zone, which is this. So the 4 hours market structure is very hard for us to trade this type of market condition. Just look at how the rest of the candle, they are printing side by side. So we didn't, like, the market didn't give us a strong bullish candle like this or a strong bearish candle like this to break this consolidation zone. So the best thing is just for us to wait. We can't really do anything. So the month market condition, we are in an uptrend. The daily is consolidating. The 4 hours is also consolidating. So let's look at the 1 hour, and then we'll look at the 30 minutes. But I love to identify my support zone and my resistance zone using the H1 and 30 minutes. So as you can see, from this high down to this place is also a good range for us to take a buy, and from this place down to this place is also a good range for us to take a sell. So that means the only reason why we'll be able to call this zone a support zone is when this candle decides to close with a bullish candle, which this candle is left with 19 minutes before this candle will close. So we don't need to do anything. All we need to do is just for us to be patient until this candle needs to close. If this candle should close with a bullish candle, so that means we'll identify this zone as our recent support, by which this zone will be our resistance zone, and we also have a support zone over here. But looking at the condition of the market structure, there is nothing serious is happening until the close of this candle, which we have like 18 minutes before this candle needs to close. So all we need to do is just for us to be patient. We don't need to do anything. So we have a support zone over here. We have a resistance zone over here. Let's measure from this resistance down to this support zone. We are looking at 472 pips. So it's also a big range too. But if this candle should close with a bullish candle, by which we are anticipating the candle to close with a bullish candle, so that means our consolidation zone will be like 333 pips. So we are trying to see how we'll be able to reduce our consolidation zone because of how we are anticipating the candle to break our zone, because it's very important for us to see a candle like this, and then for us to see a candle like this that will break our support zone and our resistance zone. We can be sitting down and expecting to see a very strong candle like this and a very strong candle like this. So we need to take advantage of this zone so that we'll be able to identify our recent support and we'll be able to identify our recent resistance. So as you can see, the moment since we identify this resistance and support, so that means the pips of this candle, it has reduced compared to the pips of these two bullish candle and bearish candle, these two bullish candle and bearish candle. So looking at the formation of the H1 market structure, we are in a consolidation zone. So we are still anticipating for this candle to close with a bullish candle, by which you'll be able to identify this zone as our support zone. So let's look at the 30 minutes. Let's delete this. We don't need this again. Let's delete this. Since you are trying to take advantage between this high and this low of this recent month candle. So the 30 minutes time frame, we will definitely get a new support and a new resistance. This is why I say I love to identify my zone, my support zone and my resistance zone using the H1 and the 30 minutes. So let's adjust the resistance over here. Let's adjust the support over here. So this candle closed with a bullish candle. That means we have a zone over here, but the zone is very small. Let's change it to green. We also have a recent resistance over here. So let's measure from the resistance to the support how many pips you are looking at. So we are looking at 123 pips. So as you can see, you kind of moving from the monthly to the daily to the 4 hours to the 1 hour and to the 30 minutes. We are able to identify a reasonable support zone and a reasonable resistance zone. So that means the previous candle that I drew, you guys, from the pips of the candle is very huge. This 1 hour candle is also huge. So looking at the 30 minutes time frame, that means you are anticipating a candle to break our resistance zone like this and a candle to break our support zone like this. So let me change this to red since it's a bearish candle. So that means we are anticipating the candle should break our support zone and a candle should break our resistance zone. Then for the candle to continue to go up, or for the next candle to continue to go up to this resistance zone, or for the next candle to continue to come down to this support zone. So it's very important for us to know what you're anticipating the market to give to us. So this candle is for 1 hour time frame, while this one is 30 minutes time frame. So since we are looking at the 30 minutes, so we go with this type of kind of formation. So let's delete this line. Let's delete this so that we'll have a clear chart, so that just in case any new person should join, the person will be able to understand what we are doing. So since we are able to identify our recent support and our recent resistance, so that means we need to move our buy position here, and this zone is our consolidation zone, while our sell position will be here. So that means we are anticipating for a bearish candle to break this support zone and for a bullish candle to break this resistance zone, then for the next candle to keep going up to our resistance zone or to our support zone. So it's very important for you to know what you want and how you want it. We have a recent support over here. Let's put this support zone here. So if there is volume in the market, the moment the candle should break, these are our recent supports, and then for it to continue to come down. If there is volume in the market, the volume should be able to break this support zone for it to continue to come down to this support zone. So it's very important for you to know what you want and how you want it. The moment the market didn't give you what you want, there is no reason why you need to open a position. So all you need to do is just for you to be patient. In the next 30 minutes from now, it's London open. So let's just be patient. We don't need to do anything. since we are anticipating a bullish candle to break our resistance zone and a bearish candle to break our support zone. So for now, we don't need to do anything. So just in case you guys have a question or you don't understand anything, you can send your message in the chat box and I will get back to you. So all we need to do is just for us to wait for the close of this candle. Since this candle is left with 11 minutes for this candle to close, let's look at the 15 minutes. Let's just know what the 15 minutes candle is saying. Okay, let's look at the 5 minutes. I love to look at the different time frame just to have an idea what they are saying. So for now, we don't need to do anything. Let's just chill and enjoy the music until the close of this candle. Since this candle is left with 11 minutes, and 11 minutes from now is London Open. So which we usually have people doing London Open, New York Open, and Asia Open. So we don't need to do anything right now until the break of our resistance zone or until the break of our support zone. Then we can anticipate to take a position. But I'm going to tell us if it is the right time for us to take a position, because we need to kind of have a high probability setup. It's not just all about the break of resistance and the break of support. We also need to look at other factors for us to know if it is the right time for us to take a position. So for now, we don't need to do anything. So let's wait for this recent 30 minutes candle to close. Let's enjoy the music and then anticipate for the candle to close with a bullish candle or for the candle to close with a bearish candle, since in the next 10 minutes from now it's London Open. Let's see if the candle has broken the high of this bullish candle over here. So the candle is left with 8 minutes for it to close. So let's see what the candle wants to do. Let's see what the candle wants to do, since this candle has broken the high of this bullish candle over here. So we don't need to do anything. The candle is left with 7 minutes before the candle will close. candle can choose to close with a bullish candle and a bearish candle. So all we need to do is just for us to anticipate, since we know what we are looking for in the market. But since this candle is left with 6 minutes, if this candle should choose to continue to come down to get to our support zone, we don't need to do anything. So let's just wait. If the candle, because it has broken the high of this bullish candle over here, so if the candle should continue to come down to break this our support zone over here, we don't need to do anything. We need to wait until this candle will close, since in the next 6 minutes from now is London open. So let's wait. We don't need to do anything. It's always good for you to know what you want and how you want it. If the market is going up or if the market is coming down, you don't need to chase the market. We are not here to chase the market. We know what we are expecting the market to give to us before we can decide to take a position. So let's just wait. So the candle is left. This 30 minutes candle is left with 3 minutes. So let's wait until the close of this 30 minutes candle. Since in the next 2 minutes time it's London open, so that I'll be able to anticipate volume to come to the market for it to break our resistance zone or for it to break our support zone, which I'm going to tell us if it's the right time for us to take a position. So let's just enjoy the music until the London open. So this is why it's very important for you to know what you are doing. Imagine that this candle was coming down, that we are still anticipating it, that the moment the candle should break, these are our support zone, we don't need to do anything. So that means this candle, it came down to form a wick, that the candle closed with a bullish candle right now. So and this is the beginning of London Open. So let's see what this next candle want to do, by which you are anticipating the break of this our resistance zone, or the break of this our support zone with our order confirmation, which I'm going to tell us if it's the right time for us to take a position. So we don't need to do anything right now. Let's wait and see. Let's see what this recent candle want to do. Since we are expecting the break of our resistance zone and our support zone. So let's see. Let's see what the candle wants to do. Hello everyone. So let's look at So this is the beginning of London Open. If this candle should continue to come down to break the low, and for it to continue to break is our support zone, we're not going to do anything, because this candle it didn't create an upper wick. Then you just want to continue to come down without forming a good structure. So it's very important for you to know what you want and how you want it before you can decide to take a position. So since we are still in this consolidation zone, we don't need to do anything until we are able to identify a structure before we can decide to open a position. So let's just wait and see how the candle will break our resistance zone and how the candle will break our support zone before we'll be able to take a position. But the moment this candle should break the low of this candle over here, will not do anything. If this candle should still continue to come down to break our support zone, we will not do anything. It's very important for us to know what we want and how we want it. And the moment you're able to identify a setup, then we can choose to take a position. So meanwhile, all we need to do is just for us to exercise patience. We don't need to do anything since this is the beginning of London Open. And then the moment you're able to identify a structure, then we need to execute that trade. So for now, let's just enjoy the music. And today, I'm not going to stay long. In the next like 5 minutes thereabouts, I'm going to head off because I have something to do. So, but I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow. So hopefully tomorrow we'll have like 1 hour live stream or 1 hour 30 minutes live stream. So for now, let's just anticipate. But I believe we all know what you're anticipating the market to give to us. So that means you're anticipating the break of these are resistance zone and the break of these are support zone with our other confirmation by which the moment to be able to identify a structure, then we don't need to waste any time. We just need to open that position and execute that trade. Then for us to anticipate the candle to keep going up or the candle to keep coming down. So, but just to officially inform everyone that tomorrow after tomorrow, tomorrow is the last live stream for this year, which I'm going to resume by January. So, but I'm going to tell you guys when I will resume my trade from January. So for now, let's just exercise patience since we are anticipating the break of our support zone and then the break of our resistance zone. So like I said, if this candle should just continue coming down to break our support zone, I'm not going to do anything. You need to ask yourself, where will you put your stop loss? Let's say from the high of this candle down to our support zone, we are looking at 80 pips. So where will you put your stop loss? So according to your trading plan says from your entry position to your stop loss should be 80 pips. So you need to know how much you are risking in a trade and how much you want the market to give to you. So these are all part of your trading plan, just for you to have an idea of what you're anticipating the market to give to you. So since this candle didn't create an upper wick, and then this candle is about to break the low of this bullish candle over here, we don't need to do anything. Even though this candle should continue to come down to break our support zone, we don't need to do anything. We are not chasing the market. If the candle is going up or if the candle is coming down, we are not chasing the market. We need to know what we want. That's why it's very important for us to have a trading plan. And you kind of having a trading plan, it will guide you and it will tell you that if it is the right time for you to take a position or if it is the right time for you to just chill. So for now, we don't need to do anything. So let's see how this candle want to print. So for now, we don't need to do anything. Let's see. So the candle is here to break the low of this bullish candle over here, but it's about to break the low. Looking at how the formation of the candle is printing. So the candle is yet to break the low. Let's see. The moment the candle should break this line, that means it has broken the low. But there is volume, so there is volume in the market. So this is London Open, which we usually have volume in London Open, New York Open, and Asian section as well. So this candle has broken the low of this bullish candle over here. So if this candle should continue to come down to get to our support zone, we're not going to do anything, because the market needs to give us a structure. We need to identify what you're expecting the market to give to us. We are not chasing the market. If the market should choose to come down, we are not chasing it. If the market should choose to go up, we are not chasing it. So sometimes it's good for you not to chase the market, because there's a high probability that when you chase the market, you will lose. But the moment you identify a structure that you are expecting the market to give to you, it gives you that confidence that it is the right time for you to take a position because of your trading plan. Your trading plan, like your trading plan will tell you that it is the right time for you to take a position. So for now, we don't need to do anything. This candle can as well choose to reject off this zone to break the high of this bullish candle, then for it to close with a bullish candle. But anyways, guys, like, I'm going to head off right now, so let's just anticipate the break of this our resistance zone and the break of this our support zone. So the moment we identify a structure, then we can choose to take a position. But this candle, if this candle should continue to come down to this place, to this support zone, let's not do anything. Let's wait for a good market condition before we're able to execute a trade. So the best thing is just for us to wait. So I'm going to see you guys tomorrow. So know how much you want and how much you're expecting the market to give to you before you be able to open a position. So, but from the high of this candle to this, these are suppose we are looking at 80 pips. So you need to know how much you are willing to risk in a trade. So, all right, guys. So I'm going to see you guys tomorrow. Thank you all for joining. See you tomorrow. All right, bye for now.